Hello everyone, welcome to the Stoic Path, where we explore the Stoic way to live stronger every day. Today, I have a question for you. Have you ever wondered why breakups hurt so much? Is it because you lost someone special, or because deep down, you fear you're no longer valuable? Let me reveal a truth. The pain you're carrying isn't a burden. It's a fire that can forge you into your strongest version, if you dare to take hold of it. But what's the reality? When we're left behind, most of us fall into a spiral of despair, endlessly texting apologies, trying to explain things no one wants to hear, or silently stalking our ex on social media. And you know what? That doesn't bring them back. It only makes you more lost. In this video, I'll guide you through a different journey, inspired by Stoicism and the secrets of practical psychology. This isn't just about no contact. This is how you disappear from the radar, rebuild yourself from the ashes, and become someone even you have to look up to. But is there a secret that turns this pain into a strength you never imagined? This video contains a lot of valuable information, so watch until the end to fully grasp this journey. If you're ready to stop suffering and start taking control of your life, hit the like button, subscribe to the Stoic Path, and comment right now, "I choose strength." Now, let's step onto this Stoic path. Part 1. Understanding pain. Why do we suffer? Imagine this. You wake up every morning with a void in your heart. A song on the radio, the familiar smell of coffee, or the street corner where you two used to stand, all like little knives stabbing at your memory. You ask yourself, what did I do wrong? If I had tried a little harder, would things have been different? This is what most of us experience after a breakup, a spiral of self-blame and regret. But what's the real problem? Most men suffer not because they lost their lover, but because they don't realize that pain is a form of energy, something that can destroy or rebuild you, depending on how you face it. We often attach our self-worth to the recognition of others. When she leaves, you don't just lose a relationship, you feel like you've lost yourself. Society teaches us that happiness comes from being loved, being chosen, being needed. But Stoic philosophy says otherwise. True happiness is in your hands, in what you can control, your thoughts, actions, and attitude. Trying to cling on, begging through texts, or silently stalking her only makes you look desperate. And psychology has proven, desperation is never attractive. It pushes others away, leaving you with a deeper loneliness. Don't run from pain, face it like a friend. Every time you want to text her, stop and ask yourself, what am I looking for? Her acceptance or peace for myself? Instead of hitting send, stand up, take 5 deep breaths, and do something for you. Read a page of a book, run around the park, or write down your feelings to understand yourself better. Pain isn't the enemy, it's a teacher, showing you how to stand firm in the midst of a storm. I once witnessed a friend get bogged down in begging his ex to come back. He thought that if he said enough, she would change. But the result was only cold silence from her and growing hurt within him. Stoicism teaches us, you can't control another person's heart, but you can always control your own mind. I wonder, and perhaps you should ask yourself too, why do we place our happiness in the hands of someone who no longer wants to stay? Part 2. Disappearing, the power of silence. Now, think about this. When you disappear completely, leaving no trace, you create a void that her mind can't ignore. This is the core principle of no contact. But don't get it wrong. It's not about sitting in a corner waiting for her to text an apology. It's a silent battle where you regain control, not just over her, but over your own life. Every message you send, every post you like, or every time you show interest screams one message: I still need you. That not only destroys attraction but also puts you in a weak position. Conversely, when you're silent, psychology has a name for this: the Zeigarnik effect. People remember unfinished stories better than those that have clearly ended. Your absence becomes a haunting question in her mind. Where did he go? Does he still think about me? Has he really forgotten me? Silence isn't just absence, it's the power that shakes another person's thoughts. Stop all contact. No texting, no calling, no sneaking peeks at stories or asking about her through mutual friends. Become a ghost in her world. But don't just stop there. Use this time to rebuild yourself. Go to a new city, learn to cook, or take a class you've always wanted to try. When you change, your silence isn't just a void. It's a declaration that you're no longer the same person. I've seen many people fail at this step because they don't dare to disappear completely. Like a casual message through a mutual friend, those little things destroy the whole strategy. But when you truly cut off, something magical happens. You not only make her curious, but you also find yourself again. Silence, in Stoicism, is how you cultivate self-control. No one can shake you if you don't allow it. Part 3. Maintaining composure. Don't let emotions lead you. When she left, what did she expect from you? A reaction, maybe an outburst of anger, obvious sadness, or a desperate plea. But what if you don't give her that? When you maintain your calm in the midst of an emotional storm, you not only regain control, you also make her question herself. Every emotional outburst, whether it's a long explanatory text message or a cryptic status update, shows that you're still affected. It tells her that you're still within her reach, still swayed by what she does. But a Stoic sees it differently. You can't control another person's actions, but you always have control over your own reactions. True indifference confuses people. They don't know what to do when you're no longer a puppet in their hands. Psychology calls this expectation reversal. When she expects drama but only receives silence, she begins to doubt her own power. Next time you feel like reacting, stop. Take 10 deep breaths, count each beat to regain your composure. Write down your feelings, read them, and then tear them up as a way of erasing your dependence. Then, focus on what you can change: your work, your health, or an old hobby you once abandoned. Composure isn't pretense, it's the result of training your mind to stand firm against any storm. I once met a friend who tried to make his ex jealous after a breakup by posting glamorous photos. The result? She just scoffed and distanced herself further. But when he stopped caring, focused on himself, going to the gym, learning guitar, everything changed. Not only was she curious, but he also regained his lost confidence. Stoicism teaches that emotions are natural, but letting them lead is a choice, and you can choose differently. Part 4. Rebuilding yourself. Live for yourself. She thinks you're still the same person, the one she used to know, used to understand. But what if you change completely? Your growth isn't just a step forward for yourself, it's also the strongest blow to her pride, even if you don't intend it to be. When you don't change, when you still live in the old loop, staying up late thinking about her, repeating familiar habits, you unintentionally prove that she was right to leave. You're still the person she abandoned. But when you evolve, improve your physique, expand your relationships, pursue your passions, you shatter every assumption she ever had. Psychology calls this cognitive shift. When you're no longer the person she used to know, she begins to question herself. Did I miss something? Was I wrong to let him go? Change doesn't just elevate you, it shakes another person's belief in you. Start small, but start today. Go to the gym 3 times a week. It doesn't have to be perfect, just consistent. Read a self-improvement book, even if it's just 10 pages a day. Meet new people, a friend, a colleague, anyone who inspires you. Don't do this to show off or make her jealous. Do it for yourself. When you live authentically, without needing to prove anything, people will naturally recognize your worth. I believe that a breakup isn't a full stop, it's a colon that opens a new chapter. A friend of mine once said after a breakup, "I don't need her to be jealous, I just want to look in the mirror and be proud of myself." That's the Stoic spirit, living for intrinsic value, not for external validation. I saw him change, from a broken person to a person full of energy, just because he chose himself over the past. Part 5. Indifference, the ultimate weapon. The opposite of love isn't hate, it's indifference. If you're still angry at her, you still care. If you still hope she'll come back, you're still stuck in the past. But what if you truly let go? No love, no hate, simply no feeling. What then? Every reaction you have, whether it's a word of blame or a sneaky look on social media, is an invisible thread that keeps her in control. It says that you still care, that she still has the power to shape your emotions. But when you reach indifference, you become an unsolvable mystery. Psychology points out that humans fear uncertainty the most. When she doesn't know what you're thinking, what you're feeling, she wonders, am I really important to him? Has he really forgotten me? Indifference isn't coldness, it's the blade that cuts all emotional ties. Practice letting go, one day at a time. Every morning, remind yourself, she is the past, not my future. When memories flood back, don't resist, let them pass like clouds in the sky. Focus on the present, the work you're doing, the meal you're cooking, or the sleep you need to take care of. Indifference doesn't come immediately, it's the result of training your mind to stop seeking meaning from someone who is no longer there. I used to think indifference was fake, that it was trying to suppress emotions. But after studying Stoicism, I realized it's the natural state when you stop placing your self-worth on others. Once, I ran into my ex after many months. I wasn't angry, I wasn't sad, I just smiled gently and walked away. She was confused, and I was relieved. That's true freedom. A breakup isn't a cut that destroys you, it's a sharp blade that shapes your true self. Through pain, through silence, and through each step of growth, you've proven one thing: you don't need anyone to shine, that light comes from within you. This is the Stoic journey that we explore together on the Stoic path, and I hope you've found something to stand up stronger today. This video contains a lot of information, from how to face pain to how to turn it into strength, so if you missed any part, watch it again so you don't miss out. If you found this content helpful, please give me a like and subscribe to the Stoic Path so you don't miss the next videos. Don't forget to turn on the notification bell to stay updated on our journey. I'm also very eager to hear your opinions. Leave a comment below, share your thoughts or questions so we can grow together and bring you even more quality products. Which step in this journey do you think is the most difficult for you? Let me know. Thank you for joining me. Stay strong, because you deserve it. See you on the next Stoic Path.